Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. Here you will learn how to trade on the binary options, pocket options. You will learn a new strategy for today. It's gonna be really good, really easy for beginners. So don't forget to share this video with your friends. Let's get started. Okay, we are on the broker. I have already analyzed and selected all currency pairs with the most optimal movement patterns and interest rates. On payment, of course, you can see this selection before your eyes. Let's look at the following selection of indicators. For today, this is a weighted moving average with a period of 15. Trend zigzag indicator with absolutely default settings, guys. Do not change anything for this broker, and the SSI oscillator with a period of 10. Today my main task will be to find local highs and lows, which the zigzag indicator which will show me highs and lows. Also monitoring overbought and oversold areas, and in general focusing on the trend on a 1 minute time frame. And I will also watch the pullback dynamics along the trend. In general, I think this should be no questions. Let me try explain each trade in detail, like always, right? I will open trades 1 minute time frame as usual. Let's start. Let's begin with $150. It's a half of my balance. Okay. Let's open here long position in the direction of the actual trend dynamics, guys. Let me highlight the workspace. I draw your attention to the moving line of the oscillator. There has been a reversal from the oversold area. Here I also have a price maximum, right? I reached the resistance area and broke through a little. Then I rolled back. Let me just point out. The rollback of the dynamics followed, but there was no sharp downward movement. The zigzag also did not go away for me down, so I concluded that the further dynamics of my movement should go up. Let's look at the results of the first transaction. We have 10 seconds. All right, we're in a profit, but there was quite a tense moment. But it turned out all right. I may move even lower, and the moving line will cross the oversold area in the future. I may also open position here. So let's see. Let's continue trading. Okay, right away you can also try to open long position. Here, in my opinion, is quite a controversial entry point, and perhaps a local minimum along the zigzag will form here. Several price levels lower, but nevertheless I'm observing a good rollback of the dynamics, and in theory at the moment I'm opening a deal at the very formation of a local minimum. I'm also observing here possible rebound and exit from the oversold area according to my oscillator. So let's see what happens. I have about let me just check, 15 seconds sorry, so let's just wait. Unfortunately, the deal was closed at loss. The price is now stagnant. It's possible that a further downward movement may also follow, right? But here, as I said at the very beginning, I opened a not entirely clear entry point, and in general, in my opinion, I made a mistake here. My bad, I'm sorry. In most cases, I do not recommend doing this in any case. Now I will change the amount of the transaction value. I will set the maximum of my balance since I went into slight minus and need to go back to the profit. I will look for the next deal with a more detailed analysis, right? So let's continue. Let me just select it. All right here I have a relatively good entry point for the most part. Here there is an upward trend, yeah, local highs are always updated higher than the previous ones, and here with the upward dynamics I had a fairly good price pullback. A local minimum has formed along the zigzag, and in the further dynamics of the movement I had a crossover of the weighted moving average from bottom to top, and this is a signal to continue in our case the upward trend. In the next minute or two or three I think that the dynamics of my movement should go up, and the moving line of the oscillator is also tending in the overbought area. So let's look at the results of this transaction. And yeah, we're in the profits in general. I was not mistaken here. I opened the trade absolutely correct according to the trend, and I always recommend it to everyone, even when you don't use this strategy, right? Also open trade in the direction of the trend, actual trend. So look for similar entries. Let me get back to $150 per trade. All right, so let's continue. All right, long position again, and another one. There's no specific dynamics of the price direction. For the most part, the flat dynamics of the movement prevail, kinda, but nevertheless, here, in my opinion, is also a good entry. We have again updated the local minimum along the zigzag, and the dynamics of the movement rushed upward. So here I'm observing an exit from the oversold area. According to my oscillator, I think that my price dynamic should approximately move to this level. So let's look at the results. So yeah, this level. All right, let's wait. Crap. Unfortunately, the deal closes in the red. Little unlucky here. I think that the entry into the deal was very good, and we saw an upward movement along the previous candle, right? But since now we have such a picture developing on this candle, I can most likely assume that we will have local minimum again, upgrade, right, and go to approximately this level. Here again, it was probably a mistake for the most part on my part. Yeah, and the fact that that's what's happening. My local minimum reached this price level, so I'm in a small plus, but I need to return the previous profit. So I will again take risks, guys, and open the trade for the entire amount of my balance. Let's continue the analysis and select the next currency pair. Okay, finally, short position here. Also, in my opinion, a relatively good entry point. Here, for the most part, the downward dynamics of the movement prevail. I'm guided here again by the zigzag and my oscillator. There was an update of the local maximum, right? And the moving line of my oscillator is in the overbought area. So I will probably expect a downward exit, of course. Everything is very simple after this rollback of the dynamics upward. Let's look at the result of this transaction. Yeah, I guess at the end of this position, the exit should happen. Nice. Position closes with a plus. Great, I'm absolutely satisfied with this result. By the way, the price now stands still. A dodgy candle is formed here, so further dynamics of the movement may actually be unpredictable. A sharp upward impulse in the price may again follow, but the transaction is already closed in plus in the next minute or two with the direction of movement. I guessed I was absolutely right and closed the deal with a profit. So we're in a good profit now, but in order to reach a better profit, let's take risk again, and we'll open a deal again for the entire amount of my balance as usual. It's not a risk when you're pro when you know what are you doing, right? So I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional trader. It's not a risk. It's just a coincidence. So let's start. All right, long position here against the direction of the trend dynamics. Wow, right? But in my opinion, this is also good entry point, as always. So we open the trade at the very formation of a local minimum, and my moving line on the oscillator is now in the oversold area. There was a sharp impulse of the movement is downwards. So further dynamics, in my opinion, should go up again. Also, this section of the movement, right after which the formation took place, and I think that the further dynamics of my movement should go upward. So let's look at the result of this transaction. Let's wait. Nice. We're in the profits finally, without any problems. Strategies works. The correct timing of opening deal works. Everything led me to the profit from this position, because now I have again not quite stable movement. Again, the downward dynamics are going away from me, and here, in my opinion, the deal should have been open only at that one moment, and it should have been open when I open it. If I had opened it 5 seconds later, especially at 10, I would have closed it 100% in the red. But nevertheless, I will absolutely satisfied with the period of today's trading. Good result, not so huge, but good. Strategy works, everything works. Just practice it by yourself. Leverage your deposit and text me in a Telegram to get more details, or ask me questions about the strategies, so I'll help you. Yeah, today's profit is 939. Let me just put down all the information and numbers. All right, continue button. Okie dokie. That's it for today, guys. Kind of interesting. Some losses, some winning positions, but overall we're in the profits. So the strategies works. Don't forget about the likes, comments, subscriptions to my YouTube channel and Telegram channel, guys. All the links you may find in the description, waiting for you there. There's a lot of signals, there's a lot of strategies for you and news about the market. So let's get started trading together. Also giveaways, don't forget about them. That's why I'm asking you to watch video till the end, so you'll get part of my profit after watching the video. So have a good market. Bye bye.
So guys, don't forget to watch this video till the end. Don't forget about the YouTube, Telegram, likes, comments, I appreciate that, and of course subscriptions. After you subscribe to my Telegram channel and text me, you will get a $300 draw. So I want to help you. I want to help you to start, and 3 lucky subscriber will get $100 on their balances from me, like a gift. So guys, let's get started so you can get it too.